Hello and welcome to Old Lady Plays. I'm Kate, the Old Lady, and this is the Rambler, Episode 8, a Tactics Special. Because, like I said, I'm going away this weekend, and I don't have time to play ahead and play ahead and play ahead and play ahead to get to the actual season. So I'm actually just going to spend this episode looking at the tactics we're using, including personal and team instructions and things like that, and that's all it's going to be. There won't actually be any games in this episode. Again, I promise you, starting on Wednesday, there will be more games. In fact, I'm probably shooting them as you're watching this. If you're watching this Monday afternoon, then I'm probably working on the Wednesday episode right now. So no worries, there will be games to come. I just wanted to have one sort of quick look through the tactics and show you what we're doing. All right. So at the back we have Brad Knighton, and he's playing as a sweeper keeper on attack, just because that's what he likes. So why not let him do it? Let's click on him, check out his instructions. He is instructed to specifically distribute to Gwyn Lee is the target that he's looking for there. That's the playmaker. That's the idea, is that he's distributing to the playmaker, and hopefully from there out to the wingers or to the other midfielders, or to an overlapping fullback. There's lots of possibilities for the playmaker. So that's the idea there. He's also on distribute quickly. I'm not telling him to play it one way or the other particularly. He can figure out how he wants to get it to him based on how far away he is. And that's pretty much it for him. He's, on, as I said, a sweeper keeper on attack. And, he wants to be that, so why not let him? As far as I'm concerned, I tend to think that of all players. This fellow here is our captain, Tierney at left back. He has get further forward, run wide with the ball. Both my fullbacks have that. Cross more often, dribble more, shoot less often, and cross to the far post. All of them, everybody who's set to cross, crosses to the far post. That's the idea. Because in my experience, that's where you get the most runs toward the net. Is it somebody attacking the back post? So, and it's also the least likely place for the goalkeeper to be ready for you. So, back post it is. That's Tierney. Let's look at the other fullback, because he's got pretty much the same setup. Again, get further forward, run wide with ball, cross more often, dribble more, shoot less often, and cross to the far post. Pretty straightforward. Everybody has closing down at least sometimes. That's going to be one of the hallmarks of this team this year, is a high tempo, high pressing game. We're going to be pushing the other team to the limit as much as we possibly can. Wellington Pirulito gets no particular special instructions for center back. Just be a center back. I'm not inclined to tell them to tackle harder. Diving into tackles will tend to get them cards much more often, and it also will leave them out of position when they miss tackles. So I'm as happy to have them, stay on their feet as much as they can. This automatically comes with shoot less often and dribble less, which is fine for a center back. Pretty sure his instructions are identical. Yes, so no big difference in either center back. Kouassi, in the defensive midfield spot, is playing as a ball-winning midfielder, and he's got a very simple setup. Shoot less often, fewer risky passes, dribble less, reasonably short passing, and that's about it. He's on tackle harder because he's a ball-winning midfielder on defend. And his role, and he's also on hold position, so his role is basically to hold that position between the defense and the midfield and shut down any attacking midfielders. In fact, that's something I want to attack, attacking midfield center. If they have one, he marks it. That's the idea. Alright, that's it for him. Let's have a look at Caldwell, the box-to-box midfielder. Alright, again, get further forward, move into channels, run wide with the ball, dribble more, shoot less. Because he's not very good at shooting, either long range or short range. As you can see from here, his long shots is only 10, his finishing is 11. You know, he's not a really great shooter, so shoot less. He's a reasonable dribbler, so he will be allowed to dribble more. That's it for him. Let's look at Win Lee, the advanced playmaker. The only one given a roam from position mandate. He also has get further forward, sometime closing down. He's not running wide with the ball. They have him on shoot less often. I wouldn't have put him on that, but that's how they've done it, and I don't have a lot of choice. More risky passes is good. Dribble more is good for him as well. He's got reasonable vision, 15, and passing, 15, so he should be able to distribute the ball in the way that we want. Nemeth on the left will have get further forward, which we, as you can see, we've got, it's active. Oh, it's already active for this role in duty. He's going to cut inside with the ball. He's an inside forward. He's going to shoot more often because he's actually a reasonably good shot, finishing of 14. More risky passes, of course, far post crossing. Cross less often. I want him dribbling with the ball, as you can see. So he should be effective. He was last season until the very end of the season when he dropped off a bit. This is our new kid, Bouchouet, or Bouchou. I'm not sure what his name is actually, but we'll call him Bouchouet, because it's fun to say. Edit instructions. He is also instructed to get further forward, much closing down. Cross from the byline. I want him running deep before he crosses. Shooting less often, dribbling more, and I'm not worried about the risky passes. Cross to the far post. Last but never least, Kamara, our forward, who gets move into channels, get further forward, slightly more direct passing, and hold up ball. That's important. He was on shoot more often, and no marking on risky passes, dribbling less. So there's the whole setup there. In terms of the team instructions, if I can show you the team instructions, if it'll let me show you the team instructions ever. Come on. There we go. Alright, the team instructions are not that complex. There's a few of them, but they're not that complex. High tempo, much more closing down, be more expressive, run at the defense, work the ball into the box, and look for overlap. So the fullbacks should be moving up and hopefully overlapping the wingers on the outside. That's the idea anyway. And work the ball into the box is something I just generally prefer. I don't like them to be taking shots from outside the box all the time. That I find that wasteful. So there you go. That's the tactics setup for this. I'm going to take 1 second and run into the set pieces if I can get this thing to let me out of here. There we go. Set piece takers. Right. Win Lee, Kellen Rowe will take the corners and so on. Interestingly, Pirulito, the center back, has the longest throw of the group, so he's going to be taking throw-ins in appropriate places. Direct with small chance of shot, Chris Tierney will be taking them because he's got a good crossing statistic. Indirect from wide, again Chris Tierney for his crossing. Indirect from deep, Win Lee for his passing. So they've got different things that they're good at, and Win Lee also with long shots. So if there's a chance at a shot, he's the one who's going to be taking it. How the actual corners look. This is attacking corner left. You'll notice we have a near post flick on from a defender, but in fact we're playing the ball toward the penalty area. The DCL is meant to challenge the keeper and keep him from coming out to claim the ball, while the striker and this onrushing midfielder work to try and slam it into the net. AMR attacks the back post in case the corner goes long. MCR is the one taking the corner. Defensive midfielder lurks outside the area. The two fullbacks hang back. Same, of course, goes for the right side, only it's reversed. And the defending corners, the only thing that I do a little different here, I don't know why that's not lighting up properly. There it is. Defend. Okay. The only thing that I do that's a little different here is I put someone on the near post but not on the far post. In general, I don't tend to find that the far post is such a great place that people tend to play the ball to it. And when they do, just having somebody marking on the edge of the six-yard box, far center, is usually good enough. And that gives you a better chance of catching somebody offside. If the right back can leap off the post at the right time, you can get some offsides out of this. Otherwise, it's pretty generic, just a bunch of people, a couple of guys marking the talls, a couple of just going back, and these three marking along the edge of the 6-yard box. One man outside the box for escape, and one man up by the line to try and counterattack. And that goes the same on the left side, if it wants to show us the left side. And you can see it's pretty much exactly the same thing. So there you go. That's the set pieces. I haven't bothered to set up the free kicks as yet, so at some point I will, but I haven't yet. Neither defending nor attacking, nor direct small chance of shot, nor indirect wide or deep or anything like this. I haven't done any of them, so yeah, that's okay. I don't really feel the need to do, for instance, throw in set pieces for throw-ins. We don't have somebody who's got such a terrific long throw that they're going to be able to chuck it into the box or something fun like that. So we're just basically penalties, and there's our list of penalty takers. So that's pretty much it for tactics. Let me show you the schedule, because that's what's going to be coming up soon. I'm going to play the friendlies offline, so that I can just get them out of the way and not waste your time watching friendlies. Probably will come back for the first 2 games of the season. It looks like we're playing the Western Conference to start. Houston, San Jose, LA, Minnesota, Vancouver, Kansas. These are all Western Conference teams. The first 6 games, before we start in with the Eastern Conference: Chicago, Montreal, Atlanta, Toronto, New York, DC. So that's interesting. We've got a schedule that gives us Western Conference teams first. But that should be exciting anyway. Houston was a decent team last year, I believe. I'm losing control of my mouse. That's not good. Alright, well, I think I'm going to call it there, because I am losing control of my mouse, or have lost control of my mouse, so I can't even figure out how to turn this off right now. That's not a good thing. Well, how do we stop this? F4? Alt F4? Control F4? Oh. All streams recordings will be shut down. Are you sure you wish to exit? Tab yes, tab no. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you're having a great day. Take care.